Hello, Sage's Vixen, aka Razor Hatchet Step here, or Sage Vixen if you are in the Therian community. I received this tail. I went into it blind. I did not know what was being sent my way when I got it. It is very light. Because there is not a leather strap in the middle of it. It's just the tail. And I don't want to send this back because it was a gift. And I don't want to be rude or anything. But if you receive a tail that is has an indent in it, and it is not a gift, you purchased it yourself, send it back. It will break. It will break right at indent, and you will have been out of money for a tail. And if it says purse, tassel, keychain, or anything like that, be wary of it unless you have somebody else that actually has bought from that company before, or bought from that seller and says their products are good. You're just wanting to worry and feel the tail when you get it. If it feels like there is a strap of leather in the middle, or if it's like heavy sewn, you could feel that. This tail is super, super light. It has nothing in the middle. It is just leather. It is just the tail. It's just the fox's skin that is in between here. And there is weak spots throughout this tail. I will only be wearing this tail somewhere where I know no one's going to pull on it or anything, such as a dance or something like that with the other Therians in Houston, because they know don't pull on a tail. I'm never going to wear this outside in public around children or anything, because it will break. Even though I have repaired it, it will break. I'm going to tell you right now, if you receive a tail that's from a friend or anything and you don't want to send it back, heck, that's cool, that's fine, but I'm just going to let you know right now, you are going to have to find the center where the indent is, and you're going to have to reinforce it with a needle and thread. Easiest way to do that is just grab your needle and thread. Color does not really matter, but I'd suggest you get something that is close to the color of your tail. I used a piece of brown thread, dark brown thread, that I had just repaired my teddy bear with. You don't need any fancy style sewing techniques or anything. You just need to know basic sewing and to do this. If you don't know how, get a friend to do it. Or get your parent or guardian to do it. I'm just telling you right now that you're going to have somebody help you if you can't sew. But this needs to be done. And make sure that your string is doubled over, or instead of just one, double it over, then put it through the needle. It's best if you use a wide-eyed needle. I'm just going to trim off the excess. I'm sorry, I need both hands to do this, so my iPhone is on my bed. And you're going to want to take your tail, find the center right there, brush away all the fur, and get down to where it's just the leather. Down past the undercoat and everything until you find the plain leather. Then you're going to want to take your needle, and like I said, I've already reinforced this, but I'm going to show you guys. You take your needle, right like that, and you pierce the leather, and then you sew up from the bottom of the indent to where it meets the rest of the tail. Right like that. and you do that about 10 or 15 times. Make sure you can tug on it a bit. Make sure it doesn't pop any seams or anything. Don't tug hard, just tiny bit. Make sure it's secure. And make sure it's okay. Okay, so that you can actually take. And once you're pretty sure that you've got it secured, loop your thread through itself.
You done had your shower, hadn't you?
Yeah, yes ma'am. I'm sorry, that was my grandmother. But loop it through again. And you want to loop it through itself about 3 times till you find a knot. So you make a knot. I'm sorry, I'm tired. I just got home from work. But loop it through to where it is a knot. Then you want to clip off the excess. And you will still have to be very careful with this tail that you have just repaired, because it will break. It still will break. There's probably different weak spots in it, but I've just repaired the center, or where it was the weakest. There was actually a hole starting to go through it, and from me just wearing it one time I'm around the house. That was because I don't care how careful you are with your tails, you will sit on them. One, they will get tugged when you get up, or if you get them caught in a door, or if you're not used to wearing it, just from the friction and from swinging back and forth, because it's clipped to your belt loop or your pants. You might accidentally get it tucked between your legs or something. Things happen. I'm not saying anything that this will. I mean, it might not. But prepare. What I've always been told: expect the worst, hope for the best. That means you better make sure that you're very, very careful with this tail, even after you have repaired it, because the hair can fall out easy. The fur can fall out easy because it wasn't made well, or anything like that. You want to make sure that it's pretty well secured. And a tail like this, I might advise you just to wear it like they do in Japan and China, because tails have become a fad there. And instead of clipping it to your butt, the belt loop on your butt, clip it to your side. That way it's out of the way of any kind of stress or anything that you might put it under. This has been Sage Vixen, and here, just telling y'all what to expect if you buy a tail that says purse tassel. Again, I don't advise anyone ever to do it. Also, if you really want a good tail, and you're in Texas near the Houston area or whatever, and you've heard of the Texas Renaissance, they have 2 leather dealers at the Texas Renaissance. One's a big shop that does armor and everything. One just does tails and ears. But they are they're all farmed foxes. Their tails are huge and bushy. Those foxes were really well taken care of, and they die and they're harvested. They're harvested at a very old age in their winter coat, so it's very, very fluffy. And the fox has lived a long life. And they don't only just use the foxes for their pelts, their bones are ground and everything, and to make pet food and all that. the whole animal is used, and you can know you're getting a good quality, a humanely treated animal product. It is eco-friendly, and you are just going to get a good product that won't break on you. The only problem that I've had with one of their tails in the past is the top came unraveled from the ball chain rubbing, which I actually plan to take that out, but that's an easier fix than trying to salvage a tail like this. This tail, unfortunately, is garbage. You will, for a good tail, you will want to spend at least $10, $15. Expect it to be $10, $15. If it's any less than that, it's probably not a good deal. It's probably just a gimmick. So, just letting you know that. Okay, Sage Vixen here, signing out. I'll see you guys later.